If you've never failed, it means you're performing below your potential. Period. I can't even count how many times I've failed. Um, I've failed negotiating real estate deals, getting raises, landing promotions, or passing exams. I've had failed friendships and I have fallen short of expectations. So here's the truth, I ask for things a lot. I advocate for myself, my patients, my clients, my dreams. And when you ask a lot, you hear no a lot. Over the years, I've pushed myself into uncomfortable rooms and situations, things that scared me and stretched me, and I've failed more times than I can count. But I've also succeeded in ways I never imagined, all because I was willing to ask. In this episode, I'll share how I handle the no's and turn them into a springboard for success. I'm Dr. Gloria Esoimeme, your negotiation coach and keynote speaker. I am an internal medicine physician. I have a master's in global health and a PhD in health services policy and management. Someone on YouTube recently asked me to talk about how to deal with no. And I thought, what a great question, because no matter how skilled you are at negotiating, you're going to hear no. The only time you won't hear it when you don't ask. So whether it's a job you really wanted, a raise you felt you deserved, a business pitch that you didn't land, or a personal request that got declined, let's be honest, rejection stings. But here's what I've learned. You can build a healthy relationship with no. And when you do it, it stops controlling you. In this episode, I'll walk you through why no isn't the enemy, how I personally handle rejection, and how you can reframe failure as a fuel for your future with 3 simple lessons. So, lesson 1, no is not your enemy. I like to think of yes as the bridge between where I am and what I want. When I hear no, it means that bridge isn't built yet, but it's not the end of the journey. No isn't rejection, it's just a sign that I haven't found the right way to get across. Maybe the bridge isn't there, or maybe there could be a boat, a jet ski, or even a helicopter waiting to take me over. The real enemy is giving up too soon, turning around and walking away because the first path didn't work out. When you get a no, it's an invitation to get creative, rethink your approach, and find a new way forward. So don't see no as a wall, see it as a detour or a challenge that pushes you to get smarter, stronger, and maybe even more resourceful. Keep asking, keep exploring, because the only true failure is quitting before you find your way. Lesson 2, don't take it personal. Just get curious. When most people hear no, they shut down and take it as a final judgment on their worth or ability. But what if you pause and ask yourself, why? That simple question unlocks growth and opportunity. I know it's easier said than done, but the key is to quickly detach emotionally. So you can think clearly and objectively. So I was talking to a client recently about how to ask for what she wants and that she has to leave the room for either outcomes. It could be a yes or a no. So when I ask, I am always hopeful and expect to get a yes. However, I know the answer could be no. This approach gives you the space to handle the disappointment. And gives you clarity to analyze the reason behind the no. And that way you can figure out your next move. And remember, a no does not define your value or identity. It simply means that particular request at that particular time and with that particular person wasn't the right fit. Here's what to reflect on after a no. Did you do your homework? Did you gather enough information before asking? Did you ask the right person with the decision-making power? Was your request clear, compelling, and realistic? Could the timing have been off? Maybe the organization is going through changes you're not aware of. Were you ready for the role or opportunity? Sometimes we need more experience. We need leadership proof. We need to show tenure. And you could also ask yourself, how close am I to that yes? Can I improve my approach the next time? Some reasons for no are completely out of your control. Maybe they hired internally or the budget shifted. Others can be addressed with a better strategy or timing. So instead of quitting after hearing a no, pause, reflect, learn, and re-strategize your next ask. So lesson 3, no doesn't actually take anything from you. So pause and ask yourself, when you hear no, what have you truly lost? Maybe a bit of time or some emotional energy, but what have you gained? You've gained experience, you've gained confidence, you've gained valuable information, you've gained courage. Every ask, whether it ends in yes or no, builds your strength and your resilience. So let's reframe failure. Failure is feedback. It's an essential part of the growth process. Hearing no means you're stretching yourself, you're aiming high, you're pushing beyond your comfort zone. If you're never hearing no, maybe you're not asking for enough. Embrace no as a sign that you're on the right path. It's proof that you're moving forward, you're learning, and you're getting stronger with every step. So let's recap. First, remember that no isn't the enemy. It's simply a sign to find another way or try a different approach. Second, don't take it personal or emotionally. Instead, get curious, ask why, learn from it, and use that insight to come back stronger. And finally, know that no doesn't take anything away from you. It gives you experience, it gives you courage, gives you feedback to grow. Every no is a stepping stone on the road to success. It means you're pushing your limits and you're refusing to settle for less. So lean into those no's. Use them to fuel your future. Because the only way to truly fail is to stop asking altogether. Keep asking, keep growing, keep showing up for your dreams. You've got this. So let me leave you with this challenge. So this week, I want you to get comfortable hearing no. Not because I want you to fail, but because I want you to desensitize your ego and take back your power. So here's what I want you to do. So each day of this week, ask for something. So ask your spouse to handle dinner. Ask your boss for time off. Ask a stranger for help. Ask your kids to do something they usually resist. Then document the results. Keep track of what you asked for, how you felt, what the response was, and most importantly, how you responded to it. You start to notice something amazing. Some people will say yes, some will say no, but you will grow. Because confidence doesn't come from always getting a yes. It comes from surviving the no and asking again and again. So here are my final thoughts. I know and I believe that you were born with the potential to be great. And the road to greatness is paved with no's that didn't stop you. So remember, every time you ask, you have a 50% chance of getting a yes. But when you don't, it's 100%. So ask, stretch, try. And when you hear no, say thank you and move forward. So I'd love to hear what you asked for this week. DM me or share your story in the comments. I might feature it in the next episode. Until then, keep negotiating, keep believing, keep asking, and be great. Thank you. I will see you next week. Bye.